it's basically even. That's the point of the fight, right? That they're as even as humanly possible.
So I really hate to derail back to that conversation really quick. The majestic attire Sussanno makes no sense. It is, at best, a thin layer of Sussanno wrapped around the tailed beast. If he just was in his full Sussanno, it's not getting through to Madara in the middle of the Sussanno. It's not going through like half a mile of Sussanno to get to Madara. It just isn't destroying the Sussanno.
Well, the problem is we didn't get to see.
I mean, it's just not, though. Am I wrong?
Okay.
Think about how many punches it takes to barely get through some of the clad of the majestic attire. It's not going through the full Sussanno.
So it feels like, okay, in terms of visuals, it looks like what you're saying is true. But like in terms of how it's supposed to be, that's just not actually true. Like it is a full Sussanno around Kurama. That is what it is. It just doesn't look that way.
Definitely doesn't look that way. So what makes you say
it is what it is? It just
that?
Looks thinner, even though it.
Well, what makes you say that compared to the full Sussanno?
Because, well, one, the way it's described, the way it's literally explained in the data book, the fact that when they use it in the war arc, it's not, you literally see Sasuke Susano wrapping around it and he's not losing Susano. The fact that Madara would even try this in the first place, the fact that narratively it's the strongest form of Susano and so on and so on, like, it's not weaker.
Well, strongest form of Susano, I think, would be like offensively speaking. I wouldn't necessarily say defensively speaking based on those.
It is the Susano around Kurama. It's not less Susano.
Well, I think those two ideas aren't correlated because in the 5 Kage Summit arc, Sasuke had the Susano around him, but it's less Susano than his full Susano.
Well, that wasn't a perfect Susano, though.
I think the perfect
majestic
Susano isn't
attire
about size.
is the perfect Susano.
I don't think the perfect
Kurama.
Susano is about size. It's about the formation.
Kurama's supposed to be the same size as the perfect Susano.
But yes,
so it's not going to be
but
small.
then he's making the perfect Susano at least hollow. If you don't want to say it's as thick,
it is hollow anyway.
Hollow. I disagree.
Like, I think it just is empty space, basically.
I mean, it's inconsistent, realistically, because when we see Madara in it, it's all the way, but then Gaara's dragging him out when it's not.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably the real answer, but I think it's supposed to be like, you've got your 10 feet of armor, whatever, the rest just is like floaty space, which in this case would just be Kurama's actual insides, which is not floaty space, so that's actually probably just better in that case.
Well, it's not floaty space. At the very least, it is still Susano chakra, but it's like soft Susano. It's like liquid Susano chakra at best.
Yeah. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
In which case, though, I think Kurama himself would just be better than the inside of the Susano.
Arguable.
I mean,
is Kurama himself necessarily durable? Like, if Iruka had a kunai and went up to Kurama as he's raging from behind and just stabbed him, is it piercing him? I think so, right?
I'm gonna say he's durable, considering that Kurama tanked Naruto's like 50,000 massive Rasen Shuriken Master Rasengan Barrage.
It didn't make sense in the first place.
I agree, but just based off the one thing we have to work with, bro's pretty durable.
Realistically, like, regardless of that, I don't even know if it makes sense for Naruto to do
Hashirama's Buddha statue, because, like, if Kurama's tanking that shit, what are these fists that Madara's also blowing up?
So, there you go.
It's pretty extreme how strong Madara and Hashirama are.
Yeah.
Honestly, makes no sense how they're that strong.